Hello, students! Hoje vai falar em inglês, tá? Às vezes fala em português, mas é intermediário, tá? Eu vou falar em inglês. So today we're going to talk in English. I'm going to speak in English because the class is intermediate or advanced. Intermediate or advanced. I'm going to talk about phrasal verbs. First, before we talk about phrasal verbs, we need to know what an object is. What is an object? For example, I drive a car. Okay, I is the subject, drive is the verb, the car is the object. So the object is the car. That's the object. Why? Because phrasal verbs comes in three families. And we need to know if it needs an object, and we need to know, is this phrasal verb separable? What is a phrasal verb? It's two words, a verb and a preposition. Okay? Yeah, usually a verb and a preposition. So let's talk about the first family. So the first family, you need an object, and it is separable. For example, you have to do over this paint job. Someone painted your house, you did a terrible job, you need to do it over. So do over this paint job is the phrasal verb. What does do over mean? Do over means do it again, do it again. So you have to do over this paint job. This phrasal verb is separable. The object is the paint job. So what it means when you're separable, do over, you can separate do over and put the paint job in between. So you say, you have to do this paint job over. You have to do this paint job over. Also, we need to think of a pronoun. What is the pronoun for this paint job? Is it he, she, or it? There is no masculine or feminine with the paint job. For us, there isn't. Maybe in Portuguese, yeah, but it's it. It's it. There is no sex. It's it. So you have to do it over. So the pronoun for paint job is it. You have to do it over. You have to do it over. You did a terrible job. You need to do it over. Okay. But the pronoun for this family, this first family, cannot go at the end. You have to do over it. It's wrong. It's wrong. You have to do it over. Okay. So we have three ways to say this. You have or you need. You have to do the paint job over. Let's start with the first one. You have to do over the paint job. You have to do the paint job over, or you have to do it over. Those three. Family number two. The phrasal verb for family number two. Well, let me give you another example just to blow up, explode, blow up. The terrorists, remember, you can conjugate the verb. The past of blow is blew. The terrorists blew up the building. The terrorists blew the building up. The terrorists blew it up. Okay, let's go on to family number two. So family number two is, you need an object, but it's not separable. How do you know? You need to memorize. I have a list of like 200 phrasal verbs, and you need to memorize them. So one that is not separable is look after. Look after means to take care of. So to take care of, that's another phrasal verb. You need to tomar cuidado, tem que tomar cuidado dessa coisa assim. Tem que tomar cuidado de uma coisa. You need to, yeah, I don't know how to explain it without the phrasal verb, but I guess you need to watch something and make sure nothing goes wrong with this thing. Okay, so this is look after. So who will look after my dog? Okay, imagine I'm going on vacation and I need someone to watch my dog. Who will look after my dog? You cannot separate it, so it's like, who will look my dog after? You can't say that. It's just who will look after my dog, or who will look after it. It is the pronoun for the dog. You remember in the first family, you can put the pronoun in between, and you cannot put it at the end. In this second family, it can't separate, so you need to put the pronoun at the end. So you can put the pronoun at the end. Who will look after it? Actually, a dog, I would give it a sex of, I would give it a he, him, or her. Because if it's my dog, as part of the family, I would say, who will look after him? If it's a female dog, who will look after her? Anyway, another example of one that's not separable will be run across. I will conjugate this to the past. Run is ran. I ran across my friend at the mall. Ran across means something like, you met your friend, you saw your friend, you met your friend at the mall, but it wasn't planned. You just, oh, it's my friend, it's here at the mall. So I ran across my friend. I ran across him. The pronoun will be at the end. I ran across her, could be. The second family also includes three-word phrasal verbs. The three-word phrasal verbs you cannot separate as well. For example, drop in on. Drop in on is when you visit someone for a short period of time, and it's usually without a plan. You're going to visit. Portuguese, não visitinho, sei lá. Let's drop in on grandma. Maybe your grandmother is sick and you want to take a look really quick, maybe visit her for 15 minutes. Let's drop in on grandma. Let's drop in on her. Okay, the pronouns at the end. You can't separate it. The third family is this when you don't have an object. And because you don't have an object, you can't separate it. So for example, broke down. My car broke down. My car broke down. There's nothing after the word broke down. There is no object. It's just my car broke down. It's considered a verb, but there's no object after it. What else? I guess catch on. Catch on. Catch on is a phrasal verb where you don't need an object and it's not separable. Superhero movies are catching on. Superhero movies are catching on. It's like it's becoming popular and there's nothing after the word catching on. You notice I conjugated it to the present continuous. Superhero movies are catching on. Are catching on. You can say it in the future. Superhero movies will catch on, or in the past, superhero movies caught on. Yes, I guess that's it. So that's the third. Those are three families, and hopefully that helps. If you want to practice, leave some notes below, and you can type in here below, or leave some comments on the video here. And we'll catch you next time, okay? Take care. Thanks a lot. Aloha. Hey, what's up? So if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and you won't miss a tip. See you later. Abraço. Aloha.